Hello, this is Sandra Kay. Welcome to my channel. I thought I'd walk you through like my thought process of making tulips. So let's see if we can manage this or not. If I can get the camera down to where you can see. I forgot to put the lift behind it. Last time I had to have a little bit of a lift. Hi, Nancy. I got to get my chat where I can see it going. Hi, Donna. Hi, Francis. I'm working on my bunny rabbits, which are right here behind me. And I'm working on some tulips. It's like, gotta even figure out where they're at and take the tulips off. I need to come up with tulips that are about the same width as one of the rabbits. Take a rabbit off the wall here also. Hi, Marla. Hi, Terry. Oh, yeah, you haven't seen me forever. But they need to be the same width. In other words, I can't put this cornerstones. Hi, Rowena. So I can't find a tulip pattern I want, so I'm making my own. And I made these two, one other one there, and I'm working on the third one. Here's the stem, and here's so far the top of the tulip. Hello, Kathy Quilts and Crafts. Yeah, long time no see. Says Kathy. I just did all my quick chores and said, while I'm going through making a tulip, I could do this. It's like, now I got to see if I can find myself going live. Subscriptions. I need to bring up my chat so I can see it down here. But so far, I don't know where I find it. View my channel. There, finally, I think. Nope. There it is. Love the tulips. I thought the bunnies needed something. It's like they're kind of low behind me, but they're there. I have 20 some bunny rabbits so far. But every tulip pattern I found, they're 6.5-inch wide tulip. Well, the bunny rabbits are 6.5 wide. So the tulip looked huge compared to them. So I had to do some downsizing. And it's always fun when you want to try to get your camera where you can see what you're doing here. Also, you get to cut off the person's head or go back far enough. Let's see if I move this table back a ways, if that helps. You got to experiment. That or I got to lower my seat. That could help too. Whoop! There we go. Now I'm on the ground. Hello, Luane. There. This is a little better. Except for now, I got to move my tablet so I can still see the chat. There. And the mouse. There's all sorts of things you got to move and get ready. Because you don't know until you're there. But this here green piece to make the leaf was 3 inches by 1 3/4 to make the leaves. These whites corners, the snowball, they're just random white. That way the leaves don't look uniform, I guess is the way I should put it, because the leaves aren't the same in a tulip. And then this strip here was an inch for the center stem. Then the top of the tulip, I did 3.5, because this overall is 3.5 inches wide, because I make these first. Hi, Janice. And then, so this is 3.5 wide and 2.5 piece. This was 2.5 by 3.5. And then I just figured where half was, added a quarter, so they overlapped. Hi, Carrie. That's how I did that. Now I have to snowball the bottom of the tulip. And I took 1.5 inch squares, and I will draw diagonally. Of course, the shortest ruler I can find is 18 inches. At least it's a ruler. Here I thought I had everything set up, but no. And Carrie, are you working on your sewing today? I know Carrie, she loves sewing on her quilt now that she's become hooked. But now I drew a line corner to corner in my little white blocks. Now I'm going to sew them onto the corners. I could start with leader and ender. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I got all the middle and all around it done. I just have to do the bottom and the sides and the top, and I'm done. Good job. And then you're going to start on one for yourself? What's everybody working on today? So there's the first bottom of the. Now I'll sew the second one on. Hi, Courtney. And hello, Carrie. Did you get your water fixed today? Asked Marla. And then our little YouTube world, we all know who Courtney is. Pieces, Loves, and Quilting. She's got tomorrow foundation paper piecing. Is it a heart, Courtney? Let's see. The water is fixed. Now I can't stop sewing. And the one I'm doing, it's got a purple sheet and it's going to be all different colors. Heart FPP on Friday. Okay. What's Thursday? Or is there a Thursday? I haven't looked that far ahead. So I'll put it where you guys can see. That's the tulip. They're pretty simple process. I'll sew across. Tomorrow's work in progress. Okay. And your times for that tomorrow. If I knew how to make you a moderator, I'd do that real fast. But I don't know how to do that. Pin message, remove, put timer, hide. 7:30 Central Time. And then I gotta see what my measurement is. It's way over. Guess I should have measured it first, because I need to cut a lot of the stem off. Hey, that's an easy fix, because I'm improvising. I don't have to bring Jack out. I'm just going to cut it right there at that seam, because it's my pattern. I can do what I want. Improvise. It's shorter instantly, and the seam's out. No Jack used. So put this where I need it. So 8.5 goes to 5.5, and this goes up to 5.5. Add 1/4 inch. So I need to cut it at 5 3/4. Well, wrong ruler. 5 3/4. No, 4 3/4. Yes, 4 3/4. Four and 3/4. Because like I said, hi Mary. Hello Gladys. I figured I'd just come on for an hour. And then I'll go do some more stuff around the house. I needed a few more. Thank you. Terry just posted Courtney's for anybody that might come on. She shows us how to do FPP. See, it came 8 3/4, but I can fudge off of either end. I'd rather be a little bit long than come up short. Let's hang this guy back up. He's too long to deal with. Put my other short one up here. But I have quite the mess of colors. She's sandwiching her daydream quilt. And thank you again. Oh, I can give myself a thumbs up, right? Wait a sec. Now I take the other tulip that's on my board that's lonely by itself back here. And for anybody and everybody that knows, Sandra is purple, into purples. So now I have to see what these overall measure. That's the 3. They need to be 6.5. So there's only a little bit that can fit between. So I need to trim down one of the tulips a little bit, because this one would be, means it's 3 inches wide. This would be 2 3/4. And to go out to my 6.5. So I'll take 1/8 off of each side of this one. I don't know where I sat that ruler down earlier. Lost it when I was on Kathy's. Where I sat it, I do not know. It's like, it's amazing. You can lose so quickly. Little scraps. Flip this over. So Kathy, how well are you watching your soap opera? Because I need a small strip of white between the two. In other words, the tulips they blend together too much for me. I just need a little strip between them. Even if it is just 1/4 of an inch. I'm not too worried. I'm very simple at everything. I engineer. There's no rules. There's no right and wrong. We just make. At least that's my rules. I just make. I don't know how well the lighting is. Looks pretty good over there. And I will just quickly trim that off. Put that over in my mess over there in my Creativeville. Hi, Deb. And welcome to my quick thing. I have to turn and press this just to see. Like I said, I'm not guessing right. And I could have an lopsided tulip. They're not perfect out in the garden. They're not perfect here either. Especially not here. So using my mat here again. And where 6.5 is. That'll be a 1/2 inch reveal. So I need to cut off 1/4 inch according to the board. Another string for the dog bin. And now I can make sure they're right sides up. You wouldn't want to put a tulip on that way. It wouldn't look quite right. And we'll see how this works. Then I'll grab some green, some white, and another color and make next one. Hi, Miss Ellen. How are you today? Campbell's Creation Learning to Quilt. Need to go watch her also. I like how she's trying to encourage everybody to sew. Okay. She showed hair scrunchies and reusable pads. Is that what it was? That's a great idea because there are people that don't have the ability to purchase. And she's saying hi to Kathy. Is Kathy listening? So I'll press this open and we'll see. Yes, it's like the hair scrunchies. When my granddaughters get enough hair, and if the one mom, she wants all the hair scrunchies to match her daughter's outfits. And I'm not going to make the outfit to go with the hair scrunchie. That would not be my thing. Trim up my top. Using my line on my board just as a reference. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.5. I better go back. It came out right. So here's the other tulips. I'm thinking I'm only going to put like one block of tulips on each row of the bunny rabbits to add to the visibility of it. After I make 8 of these, 8 sets, I will put it back up for discussion and everybody can say yes or no for one tulip per row just to have something different. So I'll turn and hit it. Gotta move this one over. And my foreign parts. These are my cornerstones for when I start putting on the sashing. It's lots of fun doing a whole bunch of these. And then a white and a... Hi, Carol. Welcome. But I have all these different little pieces. Hi, Susan. Glad you popped in to say hi. Well, I better look to see what just fell in my garbage can. One of my little tiny squares. These little 1 1/4 inch squares are falling everywhere. Maybe I should get a little tote to put them in. Hi, Brenda. Cute tulips blocks. Very pretty. But thank you. I had to improvise something to fit with the bunnies. Because the bunnies was just, they needed some pizzazz. So, like the bunny with some tulips. This one hasn't been trimmed down yet. because I was trying to decide. I want to keep just enough of that and take off that. But the trimming process hasn't taken place yet. So right now it's just improvised. With having the camera where it's at, you guys don't get to see the design board. And if I turn the sewing machine is in the way. It's like, which way? Oh, gotta go this way. I can hold it up some too. But this is all the bunny rabbits. I have a cardboard standing right by me. I use plastic meat containers for small pieces of that. Well, my meat comes in wrappers from the butcher because we buy our beef's all homegrown. So I don't have those. But my table also is a wire, and I haven't went to my back shed to see if I have a piece of wood to cover the whole thing yet. And I just found a whole stack of these, and I don't know where I put them. So they could be lost somewhere again. So I'm going back to make the next tulip. My pieces are 1 3/4 by 3, 2 of them. That's the first part of the leaf. And then I can use those 1 1/4s, and you put them on opposite sides of each other. If I could find, I just sat a whole stack up here. Hopefully I didn't put them back in the bin. But I can cut some more real fast. That's why it's creating. This is 1 1/4, so you trim all these 1 1/4. I need 4 of them right now. Oh, I'm going to take and make 2 a little bit larger. Because I can. I'm going to use these bigger ones on the bottom of the leaf. So I'm going to draw my line corner to corner because I'm going to sew on that line. I could just shoot across by eyeball, but to teach people, you draw your lines. Okay, and then so the bottom of the leaf is where I want the bigger ones. And you want them on opposite sides because there's 2 sides to and then the other one goes up here. And this one goes here. So they're opposite each other. So I don't lose one while I sew the other. Just put a pin in it to hold it in place. In other words, I'll probably lose it on the floor. So I'm going to pick it up and sew on the line. I'm going to chain piece, so this one will go up here. Get it all set up, pick it up, and start the sewing process. And then, means I have that one on there, reach back, trim it, save some string, save some everything. Sew on this one. Reach back, trim that one. Here you are sneaking in again. Hi, Darlene. You caught me this time, though. I'm not a girl of schedule. I schedule Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I improvise. And now I will trim the outside pieces. I just use my scissors. And what's Darlene doing today? Oh, I bet. I don't know if I could go without a hot spot. And to think I have a hot spot in my that I don't use half the time. I use it when I travel. I have a hot spot. Every time I think about turning it back in, I don't know. Because I do. I use it when I travel. It's a $40 a month expense for me, but when you use it, it's different. So there's one leaf. And then my stem, I just cut it. Sewing, sewing, and sewing. Did you get all the red, white, and blue in the mail? I think you said something the other day that you and your daughter was getting ready to put them out. I cut a 1-inch strip, 6 inches long. I always try to overdo for my stem. But it's 1 inch wide, so I have like a 3/4 inch reveal about. They are in the mail? Okay. Okay, bye, Susan. She's getting off so she can go pick up. Yeah, she's counting down the days for retirement. So, wrong one. I need this one. I need to have a piece for. Hi, Susan. One Susan leaves and the other Susan comes in. Yeah, Miss Ellen's got a good. So I need to have white above the leaf for the stem to fill in. And I'm not afraid. We waste enough fabric as it is. So I will cut a longer piece for above. But I was trying to decide if I should do a leaf up and a leaf down. I keep coming up with all these things. There's no rules, right? There's no rules. We can do whatever we want, or I want. dig through my garbage here. That's the fun part. It's not so much as my garbage as my scraps. Just clip this off because I can straighten it later. I have a garbage can that I put the clippings in, and then when it gets full, I dump it into another bag, and then it goes for dog beds where they put them in pillowcases for shelters. So all the little guys, hey June, yeah, I'm still here. I took a break. I picked up a few things and then went and let Bailey in. Press this leaf. Okay, now go back here. This one. 1, 2, 3, about, oh, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I only need about a 3.5 incher. So I'm just gonna cut a 3.5. I said there's no pattern. It's all my brain thoughts of how to construct it. And I don't do any straightening until after the fact. Okay, that's this side of the stem. And see, I don't even trim this. I just sew it on. I'll trim it after. How patterns are created. And then later, if I come up with something and go, what did I do? I could go back and watch it now. And this one, I only need like 3. So I'll do 3.25 just to make sure. And so that one. Hi, Charlotte, and welcome. So I have to trim up one side of this so I can sew it onto the green. And grab my green piece. Just gonna go, whoops. Did I just sew that on wrong? Yes, I did. I sewed it on the wrong side of it. Now I have to find Jack. Well, mine's plumb crazy, but that's what I call mine. For those that have named them. There, I thought I double checked and I didn't. Check right. At least it's only 1 3/4 inches. Doesn't take long to tear out. Now, that's this side of the stem. That's probably why. Take this one off and see. I think I had it correct. I was just trying to place it on the wrong side. Yes. There. Plum crazy just did all that work for no reason. Hi, Sheila Gage. I don't know why I say her name after, but it's only Sheila I know on here. So I'm going to go sew that same spot back together. I trimmed for no reason. Or ripped for no reason. Everybody's saying their hellos. There. Now I know for a fact I will have them correct because they're sitting here. So trim up this edge and trim up that edge. I don't ever see Charlotte, but hi, Charlotte. You don't see her name up there? Like, we have issues with that every now and then. It took months for June to get back to where she could see Terry. Oh, you didn't? It's like, we all have a channel. It's just some of us use them and some of us don't. And it's like, which is fine. Okay. Can Charlotte see Darlene? Aw. Marla's here, but she's polishing her granddaughter's nails. Such a sweet grandma. Oh, and for the ones that didn't hear over on Kathy's, I'm going to be a great grandma again. And September 4th is the due date. The granddaughter is Emily. Okay. She can't see. Okay. So one or the other has themselves blocked. I don't know how it works, but they both have to check, I guess. It'll be her first child. Everything's going as her schedule. She wants, she's in control of her life. Because June and Terry had to go back and forth like that. Okay. Hi, Dave. He goes, what is Sandra's voice doing on? I'm sure. But Terry and June can finally see each other. or June can finally see Terry. I think is how it was. The only people I can't see are the ones that I actually blocked. It is amazing, Darlene. It's like we've had things happen with and Terry. Uh, we've had all sorts of weird little things happen, and it's like don't know how it works. And then YouTube, and it could have been done when you're just writing a message. It's we don't know how because there's no reason for some of these things to happen, but they do. Okay, there's one half the stem on. Now I'll improvise and put the other half on. Oh, I like that. Leaves at two different heights because they don't grow in the garden the same. So I want to start it down there. But it took quite a while. Did June, did you ever figure out what it was? But you can go into your Google account and you can see your friends and your block friends. Okay, there's the stem. Looks like I have a tulip that the deer ate. That's one way of putting it. I have a tulip that the deer ate. Press it real fast. Now I get to design the tulip. This one's going to be about a three and a halfer. I'm not trimming everything off, just trimming a little bit to where it doesn't look so far off of each other. Then I forget what the other one has to be. Well, I guess there is no set anything because I'm improvising. Terry's working on her FPP project. I know. I can't remember how to get back in and make somebody else moderator because I'm too new to this. Because I thought all they had to do was chat and then I come up and do it, but maybe I can do it. Maybe it has to be done off of up there, not down here. As soon as I find my cursor. Nope. Oh, there it is. Samantha. Okay. June Hansen, when she comes back up, she will have a wrench. And I'll be nice. I give Kathy one also. Kathy, you have power now. You have a wrench. Yeah. Because you never know who's going to be on and when. And if I ever do go right into, if a troll comes on, I'm just going to knock it off. I will shut down the whole live. I don't. Yeah, Charlotte. Good question. Am I going to trust Kathy? For now. She doesn't even know she has a wrench because she hasn't come back on yet. So I need a 3.5 by, well, what did I guesstimate this one at? 2.5. Is there a 3.5? 1, 2. Yep, there's a 3.5. And a 2.5. And this tulip might not show up too much, but it's the pretty pink. Can't remember if it's on my granddaughter that's having the baby on her quilt or not. Because that's where a lot of my pinks come in at. There's that one. And then I need 2 2-inch squares. It's a pink swirl. It's got a spirally swirl in it. I need 2 2-inch squares. Helps if you use the corner that you can get it. That one strand of Marla, I'm making the tulips in all different colors that aren't a rabbit because I wanted them to stand out a little bit. I thought that would be the best. And being this is the last of this, I'm not saving any of this pink because what am I going to do with a 1 3/4 by 2-inch square plus that 1 by 3-inch strip? I don't care. It's gone. It's by. It's adios amigos. Marla is going to use some of her oh, I am not making a postage stamp. Not me. I'm not doing. I wasn't meant for the postage stamp quilt. I have so many others up here I want to do. And you're welcome, June and Kathy. Okay, this is the top of the tulip. That's where these will be placed. And I need to draw diagonal lines on these two. Looks like I'm going to go over the hour because we did half of the tulip there, but I'll finish the whole tulip. So we'll go over the hour. I have nothing else to do in my life anyway. I'm going to have leftovers for dinner from last night's dinner, which turned out really good. No taxes was harmed in the making of that dinner. But Marla, if you want 1.5 inch saved, I can do that if you need help. And Miss Ellen says, I would love to try a 10-color postage stamp quilt. And June poached or something, some eggs for egg salad sandwich. Boiled them. I think I have 16 blocks done if you want. Okay. Because some people only want to use theirs. And off-white, white's available also. Any? They might not all be trimmed that way. Now, the other question, are you putting half square triangles in your postage stamp one too? Because if you are, I'll sew this other side. Because I know, I'm pretty sure there's a 1/2 inch available out there. I'll see. I'll go sew that right now. Because I've had people put half square triangles in their postage. It just gives it a whole nother effect. So I'll trim this one with the trimmer this time. Let's see. This is just under. So, but I have some other ones. I'm making a breakfast casserole for supper. Our neighbor gave us 18 eggs from their chickens, my husband's favorite supper. Yeah, if I had somebody to make supper for. Just me, myself, and I. I do have some bread and I do have some eggs. I could do French toast, but then I'd have to go get some bacon or sausage or something to go with it. Okay, one side sewed. And My eggs are farm fresh eggs too. They're actually from my daughter's chickens that she doesn't have anymore. The people that bought the house from her, they bring her eggs as a thank you for leaving the chickens behind. And then she brought me down 6 of them. Okay, there's the flying goose unit, whatever it is. It's a gaggle of geese right there. And now I have to sew these two together. Make sure that I have my pinks going the right way, because there's not much difference between the front and the back. Uh-oh, June, you cooked them long enough to have a brown spot on them. That means she ran out of water. Oh. I can even send you these strips that I'm saving that I don't want. Because out of every strip is more squares. Okay, now opening this one up. And now I need to snowball these corners, but I don't go all the way over because you need a spot for this stem to fit. So it looks like I want to go over. I have so I'll do 1.25 inch square. It's like, that's this one. I was going to cut it with a pair of scissors. That don't work. Oh, you didn't get a chance to sew today? I have nothing stopping me from. Melinda went to the next town over. I don't know what. She says she might be back to walk Bailey, but I have no idea. Now, I could draw the line corner to corner. I'm eyeballing it because it's only 1.25 inch. There's that one. I just leave it attached, stretch it out a little. At least I hope I can stay kind of straight for 1.25 inch. Cut that point off. Trim that string. Take this one. Ouch. I think making these, I've thrown quite a few little squares away. I'll even send you my pile of 2-inch because I don't want them. I can see some of my scraps taken off. They're going to go on a vacation. Okay, there's the top of the tulip. So now I have to do my calculating. I need 8.5. So there's that part. And So that means 5 1/4. I gotta go up to 4 1/2. So I have to cut that one 4 1/2. Get the right side of the ruler. 4 1/2. And then because of my judgment, I'm going to go up 1/8 of an inch. This is where I should have the camera all the time, Denise. Even over on Kathy's. Because it's like, see, there's 2 white squares that, see, I need another bin. I'll dig back through that. That's why I'm using all my scraps after I finish my dog's blanket, and it's going on my blanket. Good going. And these scraps here, see this, there's quite a few bigger ones in there. And then I have a whole nother bag. This can was full. And I kept packing it down and packing it down. And I finally said, I'm done packing it down. So get these white strings off me. So sew this together and I will have another tulip done. And well, there's a pretty tulip. Is this 8 1/2? Nope. This is just under 8 1/2. Do my little press. Thank you. It's like, it's just a quick improvised tulip. And this one's 3 1/2. Because I'd rather leave some so I can trim it. You can't add to it, but you can trim it. There's a big difference with that. But a person always has to find something and then change it. That you make it yours. It's always better to make it yours. And this is one little thing that make it mine. I was trying to think what I could put unusual. Like down on the bottom, I could make a one square with maybe some eggs. I don't know. But when I told Melinda I was going to put gray minky on the back because that way it's soft like a bunny rabbit, she goes, yeah, Mom, just, uh-huh. And that's when she wants it, but she has to wait. And I told her about Marla, what she told me. And I could go back and I could applique eggs on the bottom of these tulips. And with that one striped fabric like I have, that would be cute as an egg. But those are things that you can add on after. We can always add. I did 3 pink eggs, 3 shades of pink. I guess my tulips are all going to be pinks and purples. Let's see. No, I have that one blue. Okay. Bye, Marla. See, there's a piece going to Marla. But, oh, I got to make one. Yeah, see? Pink, pink, pink and blue. And then there's a blue, a yellow. This pink I already used. That can go to Marla. And this purple. That's what I have planned for eggs. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 more there. I was wanting to, oh, it's 2 yellows. 7, 8. Throw a couple bumblebees on the tulips. Oh, you just, those, I wish I wasn't saving this fabric for some though, but I could try to applique one. And because Denise says throw a couple bumblebees on the tulips here and there, just a thought. And Joanna, your work is amazing. Well, thank you and welcome. But this is, Vicki Lemire sent me a yard of this fabric and a couple others. I want to make a 3-yard quilt in memory of Vicki Lemire. It's like, it's all been pre-washed. It had to be pre-washed. Vicki was a smoker and the fabric came in and it was bad for me because I'm allergic. I got 2 yellows and a green. But this here stripe would make beautiful Easter eggs. And I think I have some more stripes someplace. Well, I know I do. I just have to find. If not, I'll find a fat quarter of something for eggs. Hi, Melina. Oh, I'm glad that you had someone to listen to while you fix dinner. I was wishing that yesterday when I started preparing the dinner for my family. But I have all sorts of different. I'll look at a bumblebee, and I might look at having a friend embroider them on the machine. But I think the process is going along well. I was glad I found all the white fabric that I have, but the colors of the tulips. No blocks today. Oh, I haven't went out and checked my mail yet. Kathy didn't get no red, white, and blue blocks today. I'm sorry. It's like, it's not even, the set time to have them in the mail either. But Darlene and her daughter, she said they mailed theirs. So there'll be 2 that day. Patty G got hers. Finally, all in the mail, she said yesterday. And it was less than what they told her the first time. But some people, we just don't understand how the post office can be so different. Because it's like, it doesn't matter if it's got tracking on it or not. It's the computer that does the work. It doesn't increase. She got no blocks in the mail today, June. Yeah, if this would have been over a yard, I'd make a tulip with this bumblebee in it. But I'm not using like reds and that. I'm using pastels. As you can kind of see, I have very soft. Yeah, that fabric. Even this fabric would make a cute egg because it's got a pattern in it. And this is kind of a very muted purple. Lavender. To me, it looks like a dirty blue. Yeah, I have fabric with bees, but I don't want to cut it up because I'm going to make a block. See, there's bees all over this one. I will look for another fabric. And like I said, I can make a bee. I can applique. I'm good at that too. Oh, this is a tulip color, so put that back up there. That goes back up there. There's going to be all sorts of pieces going to Marla. Is that 3.5? It is. 3.5 by 2.5 is all I need off this. See, I can't sit here and not do something. It's like, and that was 2 2-inch squares. That's going to Marla. Because if I take a 2-inch square off a 3.5-inch piece, there's her 1.5 inches plus. Right there at the 1.5 inches. An 1.5 inches. Oh, I'm not good at thread painting. That's the size Marla wants. I don't like dealing with below this. But this is Marla's. That'll give me something to do. Pick through and get her some more pieces. See, this one's too small. That's garbage. That was less than 3/4 of an inch. But I'm going to make all the tulips the same size. I can trim them down to be one bigger and one narrower. Yeah. If I'm forced to do it, but as far as keeping it deliberately, no. Yeah. Because on that bear FPP, I was dealing with when it was all done and over with, an eighth inch is all you seen was the reveal on the bear's eyes and nose and things that wasn't very big. And for things like that, I will do like I'm supposed to. I will do it, but don't make me. It's like I just do when I have to. Hi, Courtney. She's back. Dinner, likely excuse, Courtney. Kidding. Okay, while I have this out, grab this. Guess I'll go for 2 hours, being I'm still here. Oh, look, Courtney turned blue. Bye, Deb. Glad you came over. Hi, Lorraine. And how are you today? I know it should be afternoon for most people now. So, see, pretty good. It's almost 6 here. Okay. It's almost 3 for me. It's just me and Bailey. We don't have anybody else for a while. Seems funny that Alabama and Iowa are the same time zone, but I have to dig out a map to look. I'm making the top of the. Yep. Carrie put the exact time. I always go by guess them, near, almost. I used to always bug Austin. I tell him it was 5:45, and he says, "No, it's quarter to 6." And it's like I told him, "Go look at our clocks." Oh, it is 5:45. Confused him all the time. It's a wonder he even believed anything his grandma said. Innocent kids. Done with the sandwiching the quilt. Back is store from standing. I bet it is. And then means I got my gaggle of geese, my flying geese block. I'm going to flip it that side up on the next thing because when I sew, I want to sew just below the point. That way I keep the point of the tulips. That way I don't have a square bottom cleavage looking thing. I want to go just below it. And I like to press that way. Oh, Gladys is sitting on her couch now. Yeah, you gotta sit down after you do all that. See, there's the top of the tulip. Now I need the corners. And that was the 1 1/4 squares also. So grab that strip, put it down here, find the ruler. Cut 2 of them. And like I said, I just eyeball them across. I'm not too worried about the bottom of the tool being perfect. I just need the corner filled. Yeah, it's like Terry must be asking who June's giving hugs to. Yes, Terry and Gladys. Yeah, it's not me. We get together at night sometimes when she has time. I just let her pick the time. So here's a tulip. Somebody's battery's gone dead. It's not mine. It's my grandson Derek. So Terry, what kind of oil do you use on your featherweight? Thank you, Melina. It's like making these tulips is fun. Now, if I remember what I made those other pieces, the leaf was 1 3/4, I think, by 3. And this folded in half is 1 3/4. Perfect. It's got it the length because it's 3.5. She's working on her hunter star. So maybe I'll let these leaves be a little longer. And then I need a 1-inch strip. Terry, I think Marla needs you. She has a featherweight. There's that. There's that. And yes, I thought that the oil was a little thicker than what our standard sewing machine oil was. Very true. And then the other oil, when you do the big overhaul, that's a different oil, right? The gear, it's like that big one. I didn't want to put too much in my brain. Okay. Okay. I have it. Okay. Now, is that grease specially formulated for the gears? I got a kit from Amazon that came with oil and the grease for. Okay. But that part's all going to be done. And then how often is that done? Yeah. One and 3/4 by 2. What is this one? Well, maybe I'll do this one. I'm changing my leaf, my leaves up a little. And okay, I used up all that one. That means I gotta trim another piece off. At least I don't see any on the floor. Yeah, I've watched how to do the brushes, but it's one of those things. I have the old brain. I have to go back and refer to everything again and again and again because that's me. My brain doesn't retain everything. I wish the pop-ups would disappear. Da. This one goes this one. Another pop-up. It's like pop-ups quit. I wouldn't want anyone to ruin their machine by putting oil or grease in the wrong place, and never put oil in your motor. Right. There's a chart I've seen that you can print out. And it shows you the right places. Hello, Donna. Welcome, Donna Frederick. I almost put an S on the end of it because my family has an S on the end. Boy, that was the dumb one of me. So my leaf will just improvise down to a smaller leaf. It's my pattern. Was going to go for a long leaf. Now I'm going for a short leaf. You can hear a lot of crying. It's like, I'm sorry. Those little tiny parts. And another Kentuckian. I don't know what they call them because I'm a Washingtonian. Yeah, I got the. Let's see. I even look. Do you have any made yet? I'd love to see one at the Tulips. Here's a set of two because I need them to be the same width as the bunny rabbits behind me. And because when you have I think the tulips are more proportioned to go with the bunny rabbit. And then there will be a sashing and then cornerstones. This one isn't trimmed yet. It's longer than it needs to be. I'm always improvising something. Well, thank you. And I could have showed you the one that was on my lap. Because I have the top of this one. Now I'm making it stem and leaves. And of course, I was the first one to cut it wrong. And are you a quilter, Donna? And I don't have a set schedule. I just pop up when they least expect it. That's the best way to put it. Okay. How long have you been quilting? That could be a question for anybody and everybody. It's like, that way we know if you're new or... Oh, I need to come on more often. I need to have it where I can bring up a guest also. It does help with trying to keep the chat going. Courtney, you're no help over there. I get told all the time I need to do more. Okay. My first little quilt I made when I was about 5 for my doll. Carol's new. If you ever have a question on something, don't be afraid to ask. There's other people in here. If I can't help you, somebody else might. But I do FPP. I do EPP, and then applique. I love applique because the detail you can get. But that's my off-camera work. I don't know if people would want to watch me blanket stitch around a applique piece because I got to put all those ghosts on my quilt. And then now I got to make another pumpkin. I just got all the pumpkins cut out. Now I got to get another little pumpkin. Okay, that's that. That's that. This is this. This is all improvised here. Oh, thank you. But I think we're all afraid at first, and then we just start adding a little bit more. As I say, I love to help. I couldn't believe one of my videos has over 1,000 views. I just couldn't believe that. can't remember if it was alive or the other. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Courtney's been sending her other friends. Uh, the other thing, because I don't do it. She sends all of her friends over, and Courtney has my name up on people for people if they want to go watch something. Courtney advertises. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. I was going, where'd the other leaf go? It's still on the sewing machine. Even though I'm an airhead at times here. See, so take and trim that one off straight. And okay, that's the right direction for that leaf. And trim this one. It's if you're in for people that improvise sometimes, I'm the person to watch because I do that very well. You are a very good teacher, Sandra. Thank you, Lorraine and Donna. Is it good? No, I'm going for a whole quilt. I'm going for the whole lap quilt so I can put it on my couch and look at it and enjoy Easter. My walls are covered with my grandkids and great grandkids and kids. I have one wall that's devoted to their high school graduations for my kids and my grandkids. And yeah, flip that to the wrong side there. And it's like, so I have one for my grandkids at different stages. And now I have a wall for my great grandkids. And I forgot to tell Emily the name's got to fit. She's got to fit it on that Scrabble board. Or we're going to have to play Scrabble to get all of our names back on it. So now I just sew these 3 pieces together, sew them on top of here, and I'll have another tulip. And I don't know if Donna was here. I'm talking about maybe appliquing some Easter eggs down on the tulips, down on the bottom here. Another improvise. And then there was suggested for bumblebees up on the flowers. Oh, find some fabric with butterflies too. June. It's like, I have more patterns in my head than I should have, or ideas, patterns. I can make that butterfly, but that's a big butterfly. I'll see if I have some fabric with butterflies. press this open. I do like pressing this one open before I sew the other side. This makes it flat for me to handle. You'd think someday I would get this measurements all figured out for these. I doodle, I don't draw. I fancier stick figures, but I doodle. I found some, back in our high school days when we dating a guy, we would write our name with, like, I only dated my husband. So it's like I found where I wrote Larry and Sandra and In the Heart and Mrs. Sandra Kinney, Mrs. Larry A. Kinney. It's like, okay. I found that the other day and I was laughing at that because we would be married. We got married in 72. It's like, but my drawing I call doodle. Okay, Donna. I'm only going to be on here until this flower is gone, but glad that you joined and hope you join more. And if you want to see, I'm on Kathy Quilts and Crafts on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, except for next week. I'm gone Wednesday. My anniversary date, July 22nd, 1972. And had our daughter the day after our first anniversary. And then one in November of 74 and the other one in June of 75 or 6. Okay. Our phones don't last long enough. So now I'm coming up with my math because I don't know if I do these the same each time. So it needs to be up to 4 1/4. Okay. Okay. That's 4 1/4. Find the right part of the ruler. And then maybe I better double check that. I don't want to be wrong. Because this one's at, oh, it would be wrong. It just needs to be over. Because this is stretching it to be. I'm not old enough to be married 60 years yet. My kids, they count it every year. 6 3/4. Oh, that would be a good thing I refigured that. 4 1/2. That's all I'll do. Oh, Lorraine was born day after the. Boy, we have there's. You wouldn't think that would be a common thing, would you? I was born 9 months, 9 days after my mom and dad's anniversary. I think it was 9 months, 11 days. Oh, that's a Marla piece. Now you don't have to get married to have kids. That was always my plan. A lot of people ask me why I got married at 17 because I felt I was ready. That's what we felt we was ready. I wasn't ready for the in-laws, but I was ready for everything else. And then when we decided we was going to wait a couple years to have kids, I got pregnant. It wasn't working before that. And see, I made it 8 and an eighth over. So it's like four, it's 8 and 5/8. Well, your daughter, you did like my mom and dad. There's another tulip. I like the yellow tulip. It's very pretty, refreshing. I was the only one that calculated when I was born. Oh, I was playing with that birth calculator. And it's like, okay. But it's like, and one person said, well, you could have been conceived on the wedding night. And it's like, I don't need to know that much information. Now, my next tulips, I'm going to make them only 3 inches wide. I decided I'm changing the pattern a little because I can. Or I might make it 2 and have a big spot up above. Who knows? Because it's my pattern. I can change to fit. Yeah, you would have had family saying you was pregnant before you got married. Yeah. I didn't care about that. I had so many friends that was, as they said, I had to get married. My husband told everybody, at least I married. He always says she was born the day after we got married. He's at least I married her. I I quilt outside the box. Take a challenge, yeah. Nothing has to be the same. When I was trying to come up with a pattern, it was like something else too. I cleaned everything trying to find that ruler, and I never did find it. Oh, I found it. It's under because I had to take the elephant down earlier. Okay. My sister was about that too. But I have an older brother. I have an older brother. So my mom was 16 when she had me. 14 when she had him. And I said I wasn't going to be 14 and have a baby. Oh, it bothered my grandmother. And then what's funny is my brother, he got a gal pregnant. My Then I was married. My sister had to get the next brother. He was married for a year before he had a child, even. And my little brother, it was it, 3 weeks after birth. I turned 21. Well, my 21st birthday was spent very much pregnant with my last child. So my husband and his cousin went and had my 21st birthday party and come home with buckets because they didn't agree with what their party consisted of. But it's fun to see the end results. It's like, but I was never a drinker. I would have an occasional, but that's it. 5 years later, I had the second and the last. So the oldest one is the one that lives just a block away, and the one with your, because I told Marla last night that Melinda wanted the quilt, and I told her when I passed away she could have it. Okay, and then she just saying that Melinda's got to fight Austin for it. Yes, those are my two quilt people. Emily would be more. I Mona did what? Welcome, welcome. If I would have cut off when I said I was going to, you would have just missed me. Well, my second cut off. My first one was an hour and 3 minutes ago. So I made another tulip, a no pattern tulip. And a no pattern tulip. And I changed them up a little. Like this one, I brought the leaf up higher. They're not the same in any way. They're similar. And okay, did the doctor call you on your x-ray results? Yeah, it's old bones take longer to heal. And we're not getting any younger. Never heard a word. So no news. It should be good news. And see, looks like everything up there. Well, now that we got the caught up on Mona's, toes are worse. Yeah, I'm still recovering from. I can't even remember what I dropped on my foot, and then I know I broke my toe then, but there's nothing they can do. I just heal myself. And then I dropped my iPad on it again, just as it was getting better. So it's still fun to touch. But it's just one of those things. As we get older, Prayers for the Marines and family of 5 missing today. Only the wreckage has been found. Oh no. I should go watch the. Well, I got time still. My news doesn't start until 4:30. Another hour about. But I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm glad everybody came over. I have 34 thumbs up. That's good. And Kathy saying hi to Mona. Yeah, we don't get to see Mona very often, right? I might actually go out and have an ice cream and watch the 4:30 news. Uh, thank you, Mary. But I will. Yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Kathy Quilts and Crafts. Gladys, the confident quilter, will be there, and Kathy will be there. In other words, we can't go on. And okay, night, Marla. I'm glad everybody came over. And any questions, anytime, I'm always there. Yes, I said ice cream because I have ice cream sandwiches in my freezer. Oh, Mona, was you lurking? She said she's not in the live today, but didn't comment. But bye, Charlotte. Yeah, ice cream always helps. Okay, means I'm new at this, but I noticed I did do the thing to keep the heart out of there. And glad to meet the new ones. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.